Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to our first in many Let's Talk series for 2021. But before we continue, we want to be able to start with Director Sharon Nicholson Charles, who will lead us in the credit union prayer.
Good evening, members. Thank you for joining with us. Please join with me in saying the credit union prayer. Lord, make me an instrument of thy peace. Where there's hatred, let me sow love. Where there's injury, pardon. Where there's doubt, faith. Where there's despair, hope. Where there's darkness, light. And where there's sadness, joy. O divine Master, grant that I may not so much seek to be consoled as to console, to be understood as to understand, to be loved as to love. For it is in giving that we receive, and it is in pardoning that we are, and it is in that we are pardoned, and it is in dying that we are born to eternal life. Amen. Thank you, Ms. Alyoung.
Thank you, Director Sharon Nicholson Charles. What we're going to do is just have a what we're going to do is just have a look at what we're going to do today. And just to let everyone know, I'm just going to go through a guide as to what to expect. We're going to look at a lot of online services, what we can do, because we're invited and we're understanding this new normal. This new normal means that we have to do things in a different way. So I'm right now going to ask our loads officer, Miss Leah Tang Charles, to take over at this point in time. Thank you, Leah.
Good afternoon, everyone. It's my pleasure. Um, my segment will be basically on the mobile home banking app, where one of my coworkers, Miss Gabriella Chinfat, would have done a short video some time back helping the members gain access to their online accounts. My job this afternoon is to assist members to further be able to log into the app to gain access to their balances and their information. Luckily for us, our board has seen it fit to improve the app so access to your information is even easier than it used to be before. The logging is faster, it's quicker, and it's really user-friendly. Right, so I'll share my screen now. All right, just a moment. Right, you guys seeing it there? Right, lovely.
Yeah, we're good on
Thank
our
you.
end, yes.
Thank you. Right, so it's the ShareTech mobile banking app. It's with our service provider at Bradford Scott. So the first step, you're going to actually use either your iOS device, which is the Apple, or you can use your Android device. And you're going into the relevant app store. So whether it be Play Store or the Apple Store, and you want to download the app. The app looks similar to what you see on the right-hand side, that display there. And you're just going to download the app. It takes, honestly, perhaps less than 5 minutes to download and install on your phone or your device. Next, you'll see an initial splash screen that you'll see afterwards. Look at here, this one here on the left-hand side of the screen. When you get to here, you simply input your username, which would be your account number. Example, if it's 123 or 59, you would put in your account number where you see username. And next, you'll enter your password. Now, as you would see in the information provided on the right, the password must be at least 7 digits long, one uppercase, as well as one special character, or you can use a number. And when you put that in, you're just going to click login. That's it. If you like, for convenience, you can click enable fingerprint, but like I say, it depends on who is using the device and your security as well. Next, it will take you to this screen right here, security question setup. Here you'll be asked 3 questions, which you can choose on the drop-down options here. So on the security question setup, you'll see the example here. What is the name of your first pet? There are other questions that are there for you to choose from, but you will choose whichever is relevant to you, whichever you prefer. And of course, you'll put answers that are easy for you to remember, as well as simple to input onto the screen here. Why I suggest that you put simple answers that you will be able to remember is that if it is you decide to log in on another device, let's say a tablet or another phone, it wouldn't be a matter of you trying to remember if you had used the uppercase to spell your wife's name or to spell your home address. So as simple as you can, try to put in the information and keep it concise or precise and simple. So after you put in those 3 answers, you're going to move on to the confidence word. It's at the bottom on the left-hand side of the screen, just before submit. The confidence word, something specific to you, something that, like I said, just like your answers before, you will remember. If at any point in time in future, you happen to forget your confidence word or you have issues logging in, contact the branch, any of the branches, and an MSR or a member of staff will be able to assist, whether it be to reset or to guide you through to the next step. So when we put in the confidence word, we're going to hit submit. And that's it. You'll see a prompt on the screen that comes up, success, your request was submitted successfully. And you're now on your account. Everything you see here is real life information. It's up to date, it's current. Anything you do here affects your account in real life. So if it is you want to check your shares, you want to see if payroll was posted, the balance on your First Strike account, the balance on your loans, as simple as even going into the loan to see if your payments are up to date, you can do that as well. In the rare cases where you may have to come in to do an over-the-counter payment and you have available funds on your First Strike account, you can do transfers from there as well to any of the other relevant accounts, meaning your shares, your holding deposits, or even towards your loans, in the convenience of your hand and the convenience of your device. Apart from just being able to do that on the options and the menu on the screen, on the left-hand side, let's go back to the previous screen, where you see those 3 lines there, it's a drop-down option for menu options. And when you click on that, you will see these options come up here: locations, apply for a loan, contact us, about us, news. There are links to our different social media sites, whether it be Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, or even to get to the credit union website where you can further download forms or access any other pertinent information. There are frequently asked questions and anything else you would need to get from the credit union site. And similar to the previous video done, you can also access your account by using the ShareTech and the Fire Service Credit Union site, as you will see in the address bar up here, sharetechcu.com/ttfire. And if it is you are a returning member, meaning you have already created your mobile account, you'll go on the returning side, which is on the left-hand side of the screen, and you'll enter your login ID below. That is your account number, and click login. If not, and you're using the website as opposed to a mobile device, and you are now created an account or a user account online, a mobile account, you'll click on the first time users. And by that blue link that says click here to enroll now, that is the one that you will click, and you will follow the steps in the same order you would have done before on the mobile app. So as they say, it's as simple as 1, 2, 3, no hassle. And you have the added security with the security questions that are specific to what you decide to put. And the answers are, of course, sensitive to only your knowledge. So your information is protected and you have ease of access. Yeah, see fire, please.
Thank you so much, Ms. Tang Charles.
You're welcome.
At this point in time, we'd like to take any questions that you may have on the mobile app. So we're asking for those of our those of our membership that they're looking at this point in time, do you have any questions for us? Would be happy to answer them. Leah's right here and available and looking as gorgeous as ever to answer all your questions. So we want you to be able to ask the questions. This is your opportunity, and that's why we have this forum. So we're still looking right now for anyone that may ask any questions. Randolph, Rachel, Carol, Tony, any of you that are online that you need to ask any questions at this point in time, now is your opportunity to ask about the online banking app. So it's important to be able to have this banking app because there's so many benefits, Leah. What are the benefits? Do you want to go over the benefits again while we wait on people to ask questions?
Sure, Anika. From experience, even when I'm on vacation, I don't have to call work to find out, hey, guys, can I have my balances, please? Sometimes the lines may be engaged. No, I just have to log in on my phone and see, hey, this is how much money I have. This is the access I have for funds. If I need to transfer funds to pay something, even if I need to transfer money to another account holder in the credit union, I can transfer money right from my mobile app. So if payroll posts and it hits your account, just check the app. You don't have to call. It's right there.
Exactly. And save money when you have it on
Convenience, yeah.
your computer. Okay, so we have Mr. Randolph Hudson. He asked this question. What happens to older members over 70 and they do not know how to use the app? Is there any system in place for us to be able to help these older members through?
Well, we have very dedicated members of staff. Come into the office if you can. If it is your mobile device does have data on it, meaning internet access. I think we are in the process of working on having Wi-Fi available to the members. The directors will be better able to answer that question, or management. But if you have Wi-Fi on your mobile device, you come in and we can walk you through step by step. It's not long, it's very simple to do. And any issues or questions you have, we're willing to help.
Okay, so we could ask, Tony is asking, if we already use the online site, do we have to use the same answers and passwords in the app?
Yes, it is suggested that you use the same answers and password when you're logging into the app because it's your credentials. It's specific to just you alone. It's not that every device you log in, you need something different. No, it's one thing for all, so it's easier to remember and to keep track of.
Okay, so Tony, I hope you got that message. It's one device for all, and it makes life easier. That's the purpose of online banking. All your credentials, you just have one set of credentials and you use it whether on your computer, on your app, on your mobile. So any other questions for our wonderful and beautiful Leah Tang Charles? Or can we move on to the next presentation? Yes. Okay, so thank you so much,
It was my
Leah.
pleasure. Have a great afternoon.
Have a great afternoon.
Thank you.
Okay, so at this point in time, we're actually going to ask our director, Lana Maria Belgrove, to go through the online services that we provide, which makes life so much easier than having to go into the branch all the time. So welcome, Lana.
Hi, good afternoon. Thank you very much, Mrs. Aliang. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Fine, thank you. So I'd like to say good afternoon to the members and thank you for joining us. Thank you for having us and making the time to become informed, which is important because Leah spoke about the importance and the ease of the online app, the banking app. And I must testify, I am using it. I often use it. Any challenges I have, I call Leah, she'll reset me. And in no time at all, I can check my balances, do transfers, anything of the sort between myself and the children's accounts. So I am a big supporter of it. But in addition to the online banking itself, there are services available through the Fire Service Credit Union website that members could utilize to make their lives a lot easier, access to forms and information so that they don't have to actually either one, leave home You understand? At that point in time, especially with the situation we're in now with the COVID pandemic, as opposed to calling the office to get the information that they could get online. So I'm going to share my screen of the actual fire service website. 1 minute. So that we can see exactly what we offer on the website itself. Are you seeing it, Ms. Alion? Members are seeing it? It's the
Just
TTF.
started. Yes, members can see it.
All right, great. So this is the Trinidad and Tobago Fire Service Credit Union website where you can access information. So we're going to start with the welcome. We have some information on the board of directors. I'm seeing it's taking a little time. Where we have information on the board of directors, and they're going to tell you who are the directors and what the credit union or promise is to you. We have the about section. Seems to be sticking a little. Right, so about, we're going to tell you who we are and the board of directors. As we are all aware, the members of the credit union, we try to keep the relationship and the lines open. So everyone should be familiar with the members of the credit union. From there, we have savings, where we talk about the importance of saving. We talk about what we're offering to the members. We have loans and the varying types of loans. I'm seeing it sticking a bit, Ms. Alion.
I'm actually seeing it, but it's a slight lag, but just continue. It'll be okay.
Okay, all right, great. So in the savings section, we pledge our commitment to the members to help you realize your dreams through saving and giving you the things that you desire. After this, we talk about the various loans, again, commitment to the members to offer them the best possible products and services to ensure that they can acquire the things that they are working hard for. We have the different types of loans in this category. So any questions you may have on the types of loans or what they're going to be used for, you can always come into this tab and you'll be able to see the Christmas loan, the construction and renovation loan, the demand loan, the general loan, vacation loan, vehicle loan, among others. So all of the types of loans, and we give you the process, tell you exactly what you need to do, fill out your application form, bring in your most recent payslip and utility bill. There are some things that are required for every transaction. So you're bringing in your most recent payslip, utility bill, or some proof of address, either an estimate or a quotation for your labor or any of the services or what products you would like to purchase. About it is when you're coming in with your documents that you would have seen on the site here, you don't have to leave and go back for anything, which prolongs the process. And even better than that, as we go further down, we're going to see we have a media center. In the media center, we have the forms repository. This is where the forms are available to the member, that they don't have to wait until they get to the credit union. So as Leah was saying, in the online banking app, you can apply for loans and transfer funds. Here you can apply for loans as well. We have downloadable forms, and all of the different forms, when you go into it, you get the opportunity to download the form, fill it out, put in the necessary information. So let's take the loan application. Since we were talking about the loans, you have the loan application form. When you click on the loan application form, you're going to get the option to download it in PDF. At this point in time, the form is going to come up. You're going to download it to your computer and save it, and you're going to be able to actually put in the information. As opposed to having to now go to the credit union to apply. So you're going to put in all of the necessary information that you would like to, that is required for the form. Once this is done, you attach your form and you press send. You put in your name and your email, because this is going to now come to the credit union with your name and email, who the form is coming from and what the form is for, whether it's for a loan application. Now, mind you, you still have to go in to make your actual, to put in your actual signature. But by this time, Leah would have probably seen your form and engaged you via telephone to confirm whether or not the loan is possible at all, or to confirm whether you need additional documents or you need additional funding on your shares in order to meet the needs. So it's important that we can use these forms and kind of reduce the amount of time that the process is going to take, as well as the exposure to being outside, having to come back to the credit union to bring documents, go back home, come back again on another day. And again, when the loan is approved, the money is going to be put to your account. You can use the ACH form if you wanted to go to your bank, which is also available to the bottom here. So you're coming with your ACH form because you don't want to have to come back for a check to the credit union's office. You want to be able to get your money in either your bank account or on your First Strike. And if you put it on your First Strike account, you will be able, through the banking app that Leah spoke about just now, to see that the funds have been put into the account and they are now available. So we have all the possible forms here. We even have membership application forms. If you your spouse or your children are interested in joining, we have the forms available. So you fill out the form and you meet, if you may meet one of the other directors or myself, anyone, whether it's at work or otherwise. So you don't have to come in now to the office. So we have all of the forms available in the form repository. We also have some of the other services available, which would be the insurance services that are offered. As we go in, we're going to see the different types of insurance services that are offered. We are aware of the importance of insurance. You know, we're all getting a little older, and it's good to have that service available, as well as if you have vehicles or homes. Insurance has become a big part of our lives. So we have some of the various products available. We have PUNA through with the family indemnity plan, which is very important that in the event either you or a member of your immediate family passes, that funding is available within 2 days to assist with funeral expenses, because we are aware of the challenges that are faced when someone dies. We have insurance with Massey United, specialist brokers through Massey United, Cattle General Insurance, Surgical Group Health. So all of the information is available literally at your fingertips, all of the services that could be provided and the things that we are going to need. Right, so we have the membership tab and we have benefits of joining us. We have the bylaws, frequently asked questions and testimonials from our members. So as we go into these, as we go deeper into the tabs, you're going to see that for almost any question, any need you may have, it can be accessed through the ttfscu.com website. So thank you very much, Ms. Ali Young and members.
Thank you so much, Lana Maria. I mean, it was very insightful, and we actually have a couple of questions that we want to throw out to both you and Leah and the entire board, if possible.
Sure.
One person, well, it deals a lot with the online transfers from one bank account. So someone is asking, why can't I do an online transfer to another bank account that's not mine if you are banking using internet banking?
Hi, Leah here. May I interject? Can you specify as to what do you mean why you cannot transfer to another bank? Is it that you wish to send money from your fire service credit union account to another person's account in a bank, or is it that you would like to send funds from the bank to another account at the credit union? Can you specify, please?
Okay, so we're asking a member if they can specify. But so in the meantime, while they're waiting to give us a response, another member saying that they're now trying to register, but it's saying that their member's number is invalid. So what are the next steps for that?
for the mobile banking app, if they say that the member's number is not registered, then it means that we would have to log in with our credentials onto the administrative part of the mobile banking site and check that person's credentials and amend it. So if you can tomorrow, if you can send an email, please do. If not, you could possibly come to one of the branches and we'll try to amend it there.
I have another question. This is from member Candace Alexander. She says, "Good day. I don't get my loan balance on the app. It's not coming up. I am not seeing if the money is going into the account or not."
Hey, Miss Alexander, sorry about the delay. I need to log in as well and see if that's happening on my end because I've never experienced that before. But I will check and I will come back to you a little later with the response, if that's okay. Thank you.
Okay, so with response to the original question, why can't I do an online transfer to another bank account that's not mine? They're referring to ACH transfers from the FSCU account to another person's bank account.
Okay. Good evening, Leah. I think I will take this one. At present, the app is unable to do the automatic clearinghouse transaction from the app to the person, but we handle it in-house from the accounts department, and would on the members' instructions would do the ACH to any particular bank, but at present it's not allowed on the app. The app deals with our internal accounts, mostly my account to somebody else in the credit union. So if the member is speaking of a ACH, which is automatic clearinghouse, these are done on the back end with your instructions from our accounts department to the particular bank. And those require particular instructions because we don't want you to make mistakes. Because once you press that send button, we can't retrieve that because it comes like automatic instructions.
Thank you so
So
much.
I don't know if that would help clear up that aspect of it.
Thank you so much, President Jacob. I have another question from another member, and this member asked whether they could scan and email the application forms instead of bringing it into the credit union or looking for someone to, somebody else to bring it in.
So yes, you can scan your application in, but remember that your application requires your signature in order for it to be processed as or that's literally your seal or your stamp saying, yes, I want to apply for this loan. So you have to come in to sign it, but you can scan it, and Leah will correct me if I'm wrong. She will be able to see it when she gets there on a morning. If she checks and she notices, she will check and see that there are applications. So they want to scan the application, but the signature, they need to come in and do an actual signature for the loan. Because we don't have electronic signatures on the system to say that Leah would be able to recognize and to say that confirm or compare that this is Lana Maria Belgrove's signature. We don't have the electronic signature facility available. So he has to come in to sign the application.
Agreed. Added to that, apart from myself, the main loan officer in Port of Spain, the other one, Mrs. Andrews, she also would check as well, besides myself, or perhaps the acting loans officer, Miss Paul. We check regularly just to see if there are any applications that the members would have done online, and of course, we try to contact them to convey the information pertaining to the application or ask if they need to bring in anything additional. But yes, agreed, Ms. Belgrove, they are asked to come in and sign the original application because your signature is your seal, as you say, stating that I wish to apply for this. If it was as simple as just somebody bringing in a form, then anybody could apply for funds on your behalf, and we don't want that. For security reasons and for transparency reasons, we prefer you come in and sign the application, but we can't start processing prior to you coming in. But we just prepare the applications in awaiting your your ability to come to the office to complete the transaction.
Thank you so much. President Jacob, the member said that you did answer the question, and to thank you for that.
It's always our pleasure. But also I should add, and it's something we are exploring to do the ACH from your bank to your credit union. I think the Products and Services Committee is exploring, other credit unions are doing it, and we are exploring it as well. So very soon you might be able to transfer money from your bank account into your credit union account.
Thank you so much, President Jacob. At this point in time, we would actually like to play the online services video for you, because we're giving the members a chance to ask any questions that pertain to online home and internet banking before we move on to the next segment. So while we play the video, we're going to ask you to ask questions, and then we will deal with all the other questions that are coming in, which talk about debt consolidation and loans. But we will wait until the last segment to be able to answer those open questions.
Hello, my name is Gabriella, and I am a member service representative here at the Trinidad and Tobago Fire Service Credit Union. I am here today to walk you through a few simple steps in setting up your home and internet banking here with us. Utilizing your home and internet banking, you will be able to view your account in its entirety. You will be able to see all your balances, as well as transaction history on each account. You will also be able to transfer funds from your First Strike account to your shares, holding deposit, and make loan payments utilizing the funds on the First Strike account. In addition to, you will be able to transfer funds from your account to another member here at the credit union's account. Using our home and internet banking, you will be able to apply for loans through the portal. This will make the loan application process simpler, easier, and more time-friendly to you. Now I will begin to show you how to access our home and internet banking. From our website, at the top of the page, you're going to see an icon in red that says Online Banking. Click on that icon. From this page, you're going to go to the box that says First Time Users. In here, you'll see Click here to enroll now. This will carry you to a page that requests your member number and email address. Your member number is a 4-digit number here at the credit union. Your email address should be the email address used at the credit union. You will then confirm your email address and enter your date of birth. Once you've entered all the information, you're going to click Sign Up. Once you've successfully entered all the information correctly, you will then be told that a temporary password has been sent to your email address, which you will check. From here, you click here to log in. It will then take you back to the first page that you were on to log in. You re-enter your login ID, which is your account number. The password that they would send you may either be in your inbox or in your junk. Therefore, be sure to check the two areas when looking for the password that they would have sent. You will then be asked to set 3 security questions along with a confidence word. The confidence word is a word that's going to be connecting your password that you will set in the future in some way that you will remember. You have a series of questions which you can choose from. What is the name of your pet? What is the name of your first employer, different things. Choose the question that is most suited for you and set your answers. If this is a device that you're going to be always using to access your online banking, you can click Remember Me on this computer. If not, you don't necessarily need to do that. From here, you will then save your information. It will now tell you that your enrollment has been successful, and just store your information in a safe place. You will then click to log in. Once you click to log in, you will then be redirected to the home page once again. Your confidence will be stated, and then they will ask you to enter your password. The password that you are entering is the one which they would have sent to you in the beginning. Upon entering that password, they will then prompt you to change your password. Again, you will enter your login ID, which is your member account number. You will enter the current password, which is what they would have sent you. And then you will create a new password. Always remember that your password should be at least 7 characters, and it must contain one number and mixed case. You will then re-enter the password just to be sure and click change. Here you have the option of answering one or more of the following security questions. Once that is done, you have officially set up your online and mobile banking. From now, you can log in using your login ID and password without a problem. Once you log in, you will be able to see all your loans and their respective balances.
Okay, so thank you. Members, you have a couple of questions which are not related to what we discussed so far. So we're going to ask all these questions. We just want you to know, and we will wait until the president and chairman of the board has made his has done his segment before we ask those questions in the open question and answer section. So at this point in time, I'm going to ask our president and chairman of the board, Mr. Garth Jacob, to walk us through the new normal in terms of meetings.
Good evening again, everybody, and welcome again to our virtual interaction. My task is very simple this afternoon, and I think we are going to have a conversation on that will fit in with the aspects of the new normal. You would recall sometime at the end of November, we would have had our very first annual general meeting under presumably different conditions prior to what would have occurred over the last 49 years or so. Given the environment that we have to operate in with the COVID pandemic and the restrictions that apply, we now and even today with our virtual Let's Talk interaction, this interaction used to be physical in all parts of the country, that when the management and the board would come out to meet with the membership and hear your concerns, we would have adopted a new method utilizing the technology to still keep the lines of communication open and to have this interaction with our members. In keeping with this, at the last AGM, you would recall we would have passed several resolutions, including that of keeping meetings in this manner. And going forward, until the government lift the pandemic restrictions, this would have to be the method that we communicate and carry on the business of our esteemed organization. Having said that, the year 2020 has been completed, and we are required by the bylaws to so report on our stewardship within a 4-month period. So we would have proposed that the AGM to report on our stewardship for the year 2020 is tentatively carded for April, at the end of April, given that we would have all the arrangements, reports, and things of the like in place. But more or less the conversation this afternoon with the membership, and I would have observed and taken note that our members who are over 70 in interacting with the app was asking that members over 70, how would they get help? And I have noted it, and we would set up, just as the last time, we have an information help desk that is set up at the credit union. You can call in and speak to Samantha and Gabby and Leah and persons of the like who would direct you as such. But more than that, it is our responsibility at the board level to indicate to you that our members really matter most to us, and it's our responsibility to keep you safe. You would know, and if you are following, you would know that the Minister of Health did give permission to other credit unions to keep physical meetings, but these must last for a duration of 90 minutes. And for well-seasoned members, you would know that the time allotted of 90 minutes would grossly be insufficient for us to treat with our business. And henceforth, until we can meet in that manner again, we have chosen to adopt virtual method. To me, it did work out. The last time we had some challenges which we would have reviewed, and I think the next time around it's going to be a little smoother and simpler. And basically, this is my conversation with you to prompt you and get you ready for the next virtual AGM, which should be held in the month of May. And having said that, it's as simple as that. I know it's a conversation, so you have listened to me, so now I would take your questions.
Thank you so much, President Jacob. We have a few questions, not at this point related to the new meetings, but with regards to loans. So the first question, if it's okay, if I may ask.
Yes.
Thank you. The credit union. The credit union is offering a debt consolidation loan. However, the interest rate is very high and often doesn't pay out better. Are there any discussions to lower the rates?
Yes, we did. The consolidation loan in its original format would have carried an interest rate of 1.5%, I think, and I'm leaning on Sharon and Suzanne and Mead to come in here. But I think after we did review it and realized that it was very extraneous on our members, and we did adjust it downwards. We did. For the persons who would have gotten a consolidation loan in the earlies when the product was now brought on, I think by board decision up to recently, those loans will be reviewed and the new interest rate would be applied. I am getting from this person, you may be one of those persons, please contact Leah and let's make those adjustments. And I don't know if it was done before I got on. Anika, was Leah introduced as our new loans officer? Was she?
I believe I did.
That's okay. So just to do it again, and I think it would be followed up in the newsletter that I want to congratulate Ms. Leah Tang Charles on her appointment as our new loans officer.
Thank you very much, Mr. Jacob, and the rest of the board.
Right.
Sally Young, just to add to what the chairman indicated, the consolidation loan it's an unsecured loan. The member would receive up to 4 times the shares that they have with us as a loan, up to a value of $300,000. However, because the loan is unsecured, that's why the interest rate is a bit high, because we are exposed. In that instance, members are asked, in the first dispensation of the loan, I think the interest rates range between 1.1 to 1.9%. It was reviewed and it ranged now from 1.1 to 1.5. However, once the member would bring in collateral, policies and stuff to cover our exposure, the loan would be determined based on the amount of collateral that they bring in. So we have made adjustments according to the president, and we are asking those members who would have received loans. I think there are 4 persons who would have received loans in the first dispensation. We are asking them to come in and we'll review their loan with the new interest rate back to the point when we started the loan. So it's information for those members who would have accessed the loan earlier.
Okay,
Thank you.
Thank you, Director Nicholson Charles. I have another question, and this is the question: can the credit union design a loan for members who are constructing their house via beneficiary-owned land?
Yeah.
Yes, I think we already have a product like that. So that member needs to come in and speak with the credit committee, because I think there we have 2 types of construction loan type 1 and 2. And I'm certain that the member will fall into one of those categories.
Okay, great.
Especially with beneficiary owned land. Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. The construction loan type 1 is for those persons who have deed for the property, and the construction loan type 2 would offer those members who would have had gift or property handed down to them that they could get permission to build or construct or build or renovate, and it's available to them. So just come in, send an email to member relation or to the loans officer asking for information, and it would be provided to you.
Thank you. I have another question. Can an appointment be made to come in after applying for a loan online and your application is approved?
Leah, you want to take this? Because I think once she would see that application online, then she would move to make the appointment process to close the thing. So Leah, you want to take it from there?
Sure. As soon as we identify the application on the system, we normally go through the application to review based on what the member wants, would like to have, as well as the member's eligibility to apply for that type of loan, or possibly check to see if alternative arrangements can be made in the interest of the member. The member will then be contacted, where he or she will we'll arrange a time frame when he or she can come in at their convenience to, as Mr. Jacob said, complete the transaction. And of course, we will state what additional documents are needed, or if the member needs to update his or her TransUnion report or any other pertinent information particular to that application.
Thank you. I have another question. Well, obviously, I'm the person moderating. So why May? Someone is asking, a member is asking, why May? Our AGM is normally held in March.
Right. You would understand that because of COVID and our the response we got from the commissioner, we had to keep our AGM in November last. And it would have been quite extraneous to have the things prepared for us to go in March and to give the members enough time and notice to take in line with the new resolution, which gives us 4 months from the end of the year that would have ended. So we thought it best to go to May instead of fighting to have the whole thing completed in a rush at March.
Thank you.
But I think after this year, we should be comfortably back to March.
Thank you, President.
Yes.
Another member asked, can the mortgage that includes a consolidation be explained?
Give me that question again, Candy.
Can the mortgage that includes a consolidation be explained? Thank you.
Yes, what would happen in the mortgage loan, and it's one of our biggest products, we found that members had to consolidate the debts to qualify. So usually, Ms. Amaruso and now Leah and they would have to look at your debt servicing ratio. And usually you would have to consolidate your debt before we move into the mortgage. So hence, they consolidate all your debts into the mortgage payment so that you have one comfortable payment at the end of the month.
Okay, so I'm asking any of the other members. Now is your time to ask. It's an open question and answer session. We want you to ask at this point in time so we can answer all your questions. So please take the opportunity to ask. You have the board here willing to answer all your questions. Just waiting to see if anyone else wants to ask a question. Any other member at this point in time, please ask your questions. That's what we're here for. Anything on home and internet banking, on loans, on the new meetings. And I have a question. So can the credit union consider doing a 3-to-1 loan as a general loan to make loans more attractive to members?
I think in the past we would have already done that, and some of the products, even the consolidation is at 4-to-1. So I think the very varying products that we provide, one of them I think is a 3-to-1, especially in the construction type loans. They are 3-to-1 in their dispensation. I don't know if Leah could help me here. And now I see Suzanne is on, so she could help me here in terms of those 3-to-1 ratio applications on loans.
Yes, Mr. Jacob. The 3-to-1 loans are based on the lending policy. It's mainly extended towards the construction loans. There are other loan types. I understand the question, but there are also other loan types that afford you greater access to credit or funding from the credit union. So it's not that we necessarily need to open up the general loan even further, but we could explore the other loan options as well based on the members' needs.
Right, but for now, I'm taking it that general loans, the dispensation is 2-to-1.
Yes, it is.
Right, 2-to-1. But members, if directed by you and we see the need, we would exploit. But I would give you the history on the last 3-to-1 product that we ran. It would have cost the credit union in excess of $10 million in the space of 3 months. Right? And then at the end of that, a lot of persons were in extreme difficulty and we had to readjust these things. So it's you know, it's easy to say, why can't we make a product that would give the member advantage, possibly 3, I would like to go as far as 10-to-1, but you know what would happen in the end. I'm so concerned about your welfare. and paying back these monies, that we tend to apply these things with extreme caution. But once you qualify, maybe we could have a discussion and make a product for it, because this is your institution. So if the members want it, then it's our obligation to provide it to you.
Okay, I have two questions that are both card related, debit card related. One member is asking what's the latest on the debit card, and I'm going to do it as 2-in-1 questions. The other member is asking how soon can I use my credit union debit card?
As soon as it's activated, if they have the card, they need to. There was a problem on JMMB's part. I think it is solved, because I use my card and it works. So I don't think they would give me a special one that, and the other members' cards would not work. But the problem was on the JMMB side. It had to do with compatibility with the platform with ShareTech. That has been resolved. They did some training, and now persons should really tell me if that card is working or not. But I did use mine; it is working. And if members are experiencing difficulty with using the card, please report it to us so that we can have it fixed.
I have another question, and again, card related. I'm going to just ask it one time because it just came up. What's the status for the debit cards use and topping up? So
I think Leah, you want to take this one?
Sure. Well, just today I would have spoken to my coworkers in Port of Spain pertaining to the use of the debit card. And as Mr. Jacobs said, it is working, but we still are at the testing phase just to ensure that everything is working as it should. I know they would have done some credits on some members' accounts just to verify that, yes, everything is up to date with that. But we haven't really started encouraging members to start back depositing as soon, right now as yet, but I think it should be back up running soon for the membership. As far as crediting the account, so your JMMB account, it's as simple as coming into the credit union office. You can either deposit via cash, check, or links straight onto your JMMB account. Once it is you already have an account, the JMMB card with us, the Visa debit card with us. And when we upload the funds onto the account, by the following day, we post it to JMMB, and the funds should be available by the end of the following day. So you come today, download, you deposit the funds, by the end of the following day, it's available to you. So quick and easy. And
Right,
you have,
just to add to that, up to yesterday, myself and Mr. Mead, we were having some discussions with the ShareTech people to have those balances included on the app balances as well. So you could go on and check them to see what the status. Also, they are going to do a compatibility test, and I hope that all works out so that with the other balances from the credit union, you would be able to see your JMMB card balance as well.
okay, so this is a question I have now for Director Nicholson Charles. A member's asking, when is our next learning experience carded for, and what skills will we be acquiring?
Thank you, Mr. Iso Solomon. It's always a pleasure to know that members do enjoy the short courses that we have. In light of COVID, we are very cautious of the interactions, but the experience is all up to the members. You say what you would like to have done, and we will try our best to facilitate that experience for you. So thank you for the question. And I'm glad that you so enjoyed those experiences that the short courses and programs bring to our members. The empowerment as well. Thank you.
Okay, so another member's asking, most questions asked at the Tobago branch always have to be directed to Trinidad. Are there any discussions to give them more responsibility?
I would have to ask now, what are those questions that they have to refer?
So we're asking the member to please respond.
Like a for example. But as far as I'm aware, all our MSRs are extensively trained in our products and all the things that we offer. What may have to be referred might be some questions to Leah and stuff like credit and technical things, but basically each branch would be able to operate independently. So I would have to get a for example to answer that question in its entirety.
Okay, so a question would be, what is the status of my loan? I have to call Trinidad.
But Leah, that should not be, but help me with that, Leah. You're on mute, you're on mute, so you need to unmute. Hold on.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Yeah.
As far as that that whole issue with if it is what's the status of my application, of course the only bridge in communication where that would be concerned is if it is the application hasn't been received by the loan officers who are treating with it, or they haven't been able to treat it the very same day. Otherwise, we communicate the information to our co-workers or MSRs timely, or the other issue where I would see that may occur is if the application had to go to credit committee, in which it now moves from the responsibility of the loan officer to approve onto a higher authority, which is the credit committee, in which we have to await information from them to be able to convey it forward or onward. I hope that issue could be rectified or amended in future, but for now, that may be the only reason for the delay. But of course, if it is you are experiencing those problems, please send an email if you can. And while I know our MSRs, our members of staff, our co-workers, they'll be eager to assist. So our apologies for the delay if you have experienced such.
Thank you. So I have another member asking, would I be able to transfer funds from my credit union account directly to my debit card via the online system anytime soon?
Not as present, but we certainly would be working on that.
Okay. And a comment from one of your members with regards to the 3-to-1 loan. The comment is the 3-to-1 loan should only be given to members who are in good standing and can afford to repay without asking for a waiver. That's a recommendation and a comment.
Well, it is duly noted that we would discuss it. Yes.
Anika,
So we're asking if you have any other questions.
Beba asked, he asked it directly to Mr. Jacob. He didn't get his token, and why, Mr. Hudson? Mr. Hudson, you can go into the office at any time once you are the AGM, virtual AGM, and your token would be there for you.
So we're asking if members have any other questions, any further questions. Now is your time because we're about to wrap up. So we're going to take any few last questions that you may have. Now is your opportunity. Please ask anything on home and internet banking, navigating the website, downloading a form, the process to apply for a loan. We're here for you. We remain committed to you, our membership. Okay, well, I'm not seeing any new questions coming in at this point in time. President Jacob, I would like to ask you to close the meeting, please.
Okay, thank you, Anika. To our valued members, again, I ask you to remain safe at this time during our pandemic. I want you to exercise some patience, be supportive and be kind. We would get through this together. Your credit union is committed and we are ready and able to satisfy your social and economic financial needs. Um, I say to you, don't be strangers coming. We always welcome your presence, your suggestions in making the services that we provide for you better. And we look forward in 2021 to serving you even better than before. I want to say thank you for sharing your time with us this afternoon. The interaction was indeed pleasing. I am so enthused that we must continue this. Leah was excellent. Lana, my new director, was great. And the all I have to say to them, Gabby and the others and Sharon, the reward for good work is more work. And you would have more work coming, just that we would please our membership in that. And again, I want to say congratulations to Mrs. Charles becoming our second loans officer. We're going to complete that setup for you to operate at South, but it may not always be at South. And just for the information of members, we have started the refurbishment of our Arima branch, and that would be completed, I think, by April. So we are looking forward to opening up to our Eastern membership, and it just poised to be great. I'm glad as the president that I could report we have no trouble at all. Our finances are great. We, even though the environment and the pontificators would have said that they expected our credit unions to take a 20% cut in 2020. This is not the case with your institution. I think the prudent management and direction, and I have a great team of directors and management committee that supported us so well with the staff. And we have people like Leah and the others with their suggestion, and I listen. Yes, I listen. I'm on record. This is being taped, right? So I want to play it back in the future to let them know that I listened. And we are indeed in a good place, you know. And members, please don't be strangers with us. This is your institution. I may be the president, but I am your servant. It was by your will that I am where I am. I don't walk on water. I don't pontificate. I'm no pope. I'm here. I'm your servant. And I am open to your suggestions at any time to make our institution better. In saying that, I'm seeing my treasurer is now on. I know he had some difficulty with his mom in the hospital this afternoon. I hope all is well, Mr. Mead. And just to say, this is great. I like this method and this version of meeting outside of the physical thing that we are within the law. And you know, I want to again implore you to be safe, follow those restrictions, because you matter most to me, and we are really saddened when we have to part with our members like that, you know. So again, don't be strangers. We take your suggestions very strongly. So I'm even working on, and it just came to me, and Sharon is working on this. For the members who are over 70, that insurance issue with loans, we might have found a solution, and we are seriously working on it to have it implemented so that the persons who are over 70 could now access loan with insurance. So again, I want to say thank you for your time, and it was my pleasure interacting with you this afternoon. I don't know if my other directors and staff members would like to say something, Anika.
But I also have two questions that came in the lag between us talking and them typing. So if it, with your permission, may I ask?
Yes,
this question?
yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, so the first question is it that I can complete an online loan application and not have to go into the branch to do over the same application?
Yeah, you want to take that?
Good afternoon. Based on the question asked, yes, you still have to come into the credit union. Yes, you have to come and sign your application form still. You have to sign stating that you agree to these terms and this is what you are requesting as the loan facility offered by the credit union. So yes, you still have to come in. But of course, based on what you applied for, we still have to check the loan policy based on what you are asking for to see if you are qualified for it or if we can extend that facility to you. Yeah.
I have one other question. What about the transfer of funds from your account or bank account?
I did think we did answer that, but at this time we we do accommodate the ACH, but this transaction has to be done with instructions. So please come in and give your ACH instructions, and we would transfer your money from the credit union directly to the bank account that you provide. But it would not be able to be completed using the app at this time.
Thank you so much. We have a lot of quite positive comments from our members. If I may share just a few. One member says, thanks for the great information. Another member says, I must say I'm quite pleased to know that the credit union is listening to members and is improving service offered. And another member says, okay, thank you, appreciate it. So I think that, and one last one I have to say, I have to read this one. Just want to say thank you. Again, I was able to get important information from the comfort of my home. The new normal is great. So, I had to say that. So, directors, is there anything else you would like to share with our membership?
I think this is the opportunity, and you would see it's well after 6, so I must get off the beach before I get into trouble.
Okay, well, on that note, I would like to thank all the directors for being present today at our first Let's Talk for 2021. I would like to thank our new loans officer, Ms. Leah Tang Charles, for your insight and your experience. And welcome, and we're so happy, Director Bell, you're here. Thank you. And for such an informative presentation. And we want to wish all our members all the best and have a great night. Thank you.
Thank you.